yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Aiden Ross is calling cap on Halle Bailey, and he's not the only one. New forensic analysis claims the injury photos she submitted against DDG don't add up. Experts say the metadata's off, the timestamps are shaky, and the edits suspicious. Now the internet's asking, did Halle fake evidence to build her restraining order? Let's break down what really went down. Their relation, allegations, and legal actions. Halle Bailey is a 25-year-old singer and actress who blew up alongside her sister Chloe in their R&B duo, Chloe x Halle. She leveled up majorly when she secured the bag as Ariel in Disney's live-action The Little Mermaid. Her career has been on God mode, with multiple Grammy noms and an expanding IMDb page that's giving main character energy. Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., known to the internet as DDG, is a 27-year-old multi-hyphenate, rapper, YouTuber, and entrepreneur with that hustle mindset. He first popped off on YouTube before his glow up into music, dropping bangers like Moonwalking in Calabasas that had the algorithm going crazy. DDG is the definition of cross-platform success, building a massive following that's low-key empire status. Halle Bailey and DDG's relationship, which started serving couple goals in 2022, quickly became stan-worthy content. Their chemistry was giving soulmate vibes from day one, and their soft launches together constantly had the timeline in shambles. They were each other's biggest hype people, showing up for premieres and sharing W moments that had everyone commenting, "This is what we mean by power couple." Their relationship, even under the microscope of stan culture and parasocial relationships, seemed to be built different, grounded in that ride or die energy that fans couldn't get enough of. Halle and DDG somehow managed the impossible, balancing their massive careers while nurturing elite-tier couple energy. Their stans ate up every breadcrumb they dropped on social, the occasional couple TikToks, Instagram story appearances, or red carpet moments where they ate and left no crumbs. Despite being in the spotlight 24/7, they kept things low-key enough to make the relationship seem authentic AF instead of just clout chasing. The couple hit a major milestone in December 2023 with the birth of their son, Halo, a moment that broke the internet in the most wholesome way possible. The announcement, shared as a photo dump on the gram, had everyone in their feelings. Their caption game was on point, revealing how blessed they felt as new parents. Baby Halo's name instantly trended, with stans praising its uniqueness and spiritual vibe. This moment marked new era unlocked in their relationship, showing major character development and deeper commitment. Parenthood seemed to enhance their power couple status. While they didn't overshare, no family channel behavior here, the subtle updates had their followers obsessed. Halle's ability to slay motherhood alongside her A-list career had "you can have it all" energy that resonated with fans. DDG's dad era was equally giving main character vibes. Their journey into parenthood became aspirational content, proving you can chase the bag while building a wholesome family foundation. But the couple reportedly called it quits in October 2024, and that's where our story takes a plot twist that nobody saw coming.
I don't need a girl to love on me no type of way. I really don't care.
On Breakfast Club Power 105.1 FM, the interviewer asked about his relationship, to which he replied,
"At one point you said that you actually would get back with Halle. At one point you said that. Do you still feel that way?"
I don't know where the world might take me.
Yeah.
But right now I'm single, super single.
On May 13th, 2025, the timeline exploded with news that Halle Bailey had secured a temporary restraining order against DDG in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. This legal tea immediately went viral, with entertainment blogs working overtime to cover the story. According to court documents obtained by Billboard, Bailey's filing included serious allegations against DDG, accusing him of physical, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse. The restraining order requires DDG to stay 100 yards away from both Bailey and their 17-month-old son Halo until a scheduled hearing on June 6, 2025. The court filings detail several specific incidents that Bailey claims occurred after their breakup in October 2024. In January 2025, Halle Bailey submitted new allegations detailing a deeply distressing incident involving DDG. According to her claims, a disagreement over scheduling visitations for their son Halo quickly escalated into violence. Bailey alleges that during the argument, DDG became physically aggressive. She states that he pulled her hair and forcefully slammed her face into the steering wheel of a car. The impact reportedly left her with visible bruising and a chipping of her tooth. These accusations are part of Bailey's major legal flex, where she brought literal receipts with photo evidence. Sources say she included close-up pics of her injuries in the court filings, trying to prove she's not just speaking her truth without backup. These images allegedly show clear facial damage, giving a no-filter look at what she claims went down. Bailey's story paints a seriously concerning picture about her safety and the vibe around their child. Her decision to speak up seems based on wanting to protect her and Halo's peace. By documenting everything with photo proof for the court, she's making sure her side of the story hits different with the legal system. This alleged moment adds to the growing list of yikes behavior that Bailey has been exposing lately. The situation has leveled up from emotional and verbal drama to claims of straight-up physical violence, and fans are absolutely shook about what might have been happening behind closed doors. Bailey's legal moves are also serving a bigger purpose, shining a light on how co-parenting disputes can sometimes get dangerous AF. Her situation is giving major painful vibes, but also highlights why legal protection is so important for parents and kids in potentially toxic environments. As her case continues to unfold, we're waiting to see how the courts respond to her receipts and what kind of safety measures they'll put in place. In March 2025, Bailey spilled more tea, claiming DDG entered her home without permission. According to her, this boundary violation happened while she was away from the crib, with DDG letting himself in uninvited. She alleges he took pics of her bedroom, specifically her empty bed, and later slid into her DMs with one of the images. The text that came with the photo reportedly said, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." Bailey took this as DDG throwing shade and accusing her of catching vibes with someone else. She was big mad about both the message content and the major privacy violation. The alleged home invasion left her feeling completely violated and worried about her privacy and safety, especially as a mom responsible for protecting her little one. This incident, as Bailey describes it, adds another layer to the problematic behavior pattern she's been exposing. The alleged home entry without consent raises major red flags about boundaries and respect in co-parenting situations. By entering her space and taking photos without permission, Bailey claims DDG crossed a line that had her feeling stalked and intimidated. This claim drops after earlier reports of emotional, verbal, and physical abuse, creating what Bailey portrays as a consistent pattern in DDG's behavior. The March episode, while not physically aggressive, has serious psychological implications. It's giving invasion of privacy vibes and, according to Bailey, manipulating information to create drama. Bailey's legal team has reportedly included this tea in ongoing court proceedings, building their case that she needs protection and clear boundaries. In her filings, she stresses how these actions are affecting her mental health and sense of security. The situation continues drawing attention not just because of the celeb factor, but also for highlighting bigger issues about consent, harassment, and the messiness of post-relationship conflicts when there's a child involved. In a series of disturbing revelations, Halle Bailey has come forward with serious accusations about DDG, particularly focusing on an incident that allegedly went down while both she and baby Halo were battling RSV, respiratory syncytial virus. According to Bailey, during a visit that month, DDG's behavior was giving major red flags. She claims he snapped verbally, damaged her property by smashing a security camera, not the flex he thought it was, and escalated by yeeting her phone out of a moving vehicle. These actions paint a picture of toxic behavior during a time when both she and their child were in their vulnerability era. The drama between them apparently leveled up from private beef to public spectacle, especially through social media. Bailey alleges that DDG has weaponized his online platform to turn public opinion against her. She claims he's repeatedly portrayed her as giving bad mom energy, suggesting she's gatekeeping their son and implying she's been catching feelings with other guys. These accusations, according to Bailey, have not only misrepresented her, but also unleashed a wave of hate across the internet. One of the most concerning consequences of this online campaign, as Bailey describes it, is the trending hashtag #FreeHalo. This phrase has reportedly been making rounds in certain internet communities, supporting DDG's narrative and implying that Bailey is unfairly keeping their son from him. Bailey claims this digital drama has led to IRL consequences, including receiving threatening DMs from stangers who are parasocially invested in a situation they know nothing about. This situation shows how quickly personal beef can get amplified and distorted when shared with massive, emotionally invested audiences online. Bailey's concerns about the commentary have apparently escalated from opinions to straight-up harassment, fueled by assumptions and one-sided tea. The mental health impact of facing such intense scrutiny and toxicity, especially as a new mom, is not the vibe. Bailey's statements highlight not just alleged instances of emotional and verbal abuse, but also the bigger challenges of co-parenting while famous. The use of socials to escalate personal drama raises serious questions about privacy, accountability, and how stan culture shapes public perception. The temporary restraining order granted to Bailey on May 13th is no basic protection. According to the Fader, Bailey's requests in the order include 1. A no-contact order preventing DDG from sliding into her DMs or contacting her in any way. 2. A stay-away order requiring DDG to maintain at least 100 yards distance. 3. A ban on DDG posting about Bailey or their son Halo on socials. No more call-out posts. 4. Full legal and physical custody of Halo for Bailey. 5. Permission for Bailey to travel to Italy in June for her bag securing film commitments. The court found enough receipts to grant these temporary measures until the scheduled hearing on June 6, 2025, where both sides will get to present their full case. What makes this drama extra spicy is that both Bailey and DDG are influencers with massive followings. Their relationship issues playing out in both courts and on social media creates a perfect storm where fans, stans, and media outlets are all giving their hot takes. Public reactions and media coverage. DDG's initial reaction to the restraining order T was caught in 4K during a live stream with popular Twitch streamer Aiden Ross. During this stream, DDG appeared absolutely shook when the chat informed him about the restraining order and allegations. In the live stream, Aiden Ross came through with the ride or die energy for DDG, saying, "Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. This is a good human being." Despite this initial real-time reaction, DDG has not yet dropped an official statement addressing the allegations or the restraining order.
Some dudes like fake the little skit, threw pies at each other. So it's like little childish shit.
Representatives for Granbury have reportedly left media outlets on read when asked for comment. However, according to Gossip, DDG's family members have been teasing that they might spill some tea soon. His mother, Tanya Granbury, posted on her IG story saying, "I don't usually comment, but these accusations have made me realize that I have been quiet too long," suggesting she might have more to say about the situation in the future. Similarly, his sister, TT, acknowledged seeing the TMZ post about the allegations, but chose not to speak on it at that time. The court documents, as detailed in the USA Today report, include specific incidents backed by receipts like photos of injuries and documentation of the events described. It's worth noting that Bailey and DDG had been giving each other space for several months before these legal actions were taken. According to the court documents, the incidents that led to the restraining order allegedly occurred in January and March 2025, months after their October 2024 breakup. Cases involving allegations of domestic abuse are often complex and emotionally charged. The truth can be difficult to uncover, especially in the court of public opinion where incomplete information and stan culture can influence perceptions. What makes this case particularly messy is the public nature of both individuals involved. Their relationship and subsequent co-parenting situation have been subject to public scrutiny, adding layers of complexity to an already difficult situation. It's also worth noting that they share a young child who is caught in the middle of this drama. Media personality DJ Academics claimed Bailey's allegations might be a strategic move to control the narrative, stating, "If they can't win the public narrative, they make the accusations." Similarly, during the live stream where DDG first learned about the restraining order, Aiden Ross defended him by calling the allegations fake narratives. These comments sparked backlash from some viewers who felt the statements were giving victim-blaming energy, while others defended the remarks as emphasizing the importance of innocent until proven guilty. One of the most viral moments came when DDG learned about the restraining order during an interview with Jay Hill on May 14th, 2025.
Bro, I probably won't get another relationship till I'm like 49, bro. I'm cool. Because I got my son.
The allegations and restraining order have absolutely divided the internet, with users picking sides and dropping hot takes about the situation. One of the most visible examples of this polarization happened on X, formerly Twitter, where several posts about the incident quickly ratioed. The social media response shows how quickly these situations can become toxic. This is especially true when celebrities are involved, where parasocial relationships make fans feel personally invested in defending their fave. Beyond regular social media users, several influential content creators and commentators have weighed in on the situation, sometimes shaping the entire discourse around the allegations. The mainstream media coverage of the drama and restraining order has generally focused on reporting just the facts from the court docs. Publications like Billboard, AP News, and USA Today have provided detailed accounts of the court filings and the specific allegations made by Bailey, while noting that DDG's team has been giving no comment energy. These reports typically mention that the allegations haven't been proven in court yet, which is standard for ongoing legal situations. Entertainment gossip sites like TMZ and People have also been covering the story nonstop, sometimes with more clickbait headlines. Legal experts commenting on the case have generally emphasized that we're still in the early stages of the legal drama. A temporary restraining order is, by definition, a temporary temporary measure put in place until a more thorough hearing can happen. The standard for granting a temporary restraining order typically requires that the petitioner, Bailey, must show reasonable proof of a past act or acts of abuse. This standard is lower than what would be needed for a criminal conviction, which requires proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The fact that a judge granted the temporary restraining order indicates that Bailey met this initial threshold with the receipts she presented. However, it doesn't constitute a final legal conclusion about what really went down. Legal experts typically advise against jumping to conclusions in such cases, noting that both parties will have the opportunity to present their evidence more fully at the scheduled hearing on June 6th. The situation between Bailey and DDG has also sparked broader conversations about how domestic abuse allegations are handled in the public eye, particularly when influencers are involved. Advocates for domestic abuse survivors have pointed out how difficult it can be for victims to come forward, especially when facing the prospect of public dragging and potential cancellation. On the other hand, others have emphasized the importance of due process and the principle of innocent until proven guilty. They argue that public figures accused of serious misconduct should have the chance to defend themselves before facing widespread cancellation. This tension reflects broader societal debates about how to balance supporting those who report abuse while protecting the rights of the accused. It's a complex issue without easy answers, particularly in the age of social media where public opinions form at lightning speed and can have major consequences for everyone involved. The situation between Bailey and DDG also highlights the complexity of co-parenting drama, which hits different when it plays out in the public eye. In recent interviews conducted before this situation came to light, DDG had spoken about his relationship with his son and his approach to dad life. In a recent podcast interview, he discussed how important being a father was to him.
The only thing different between love from a girl and like your kid is just intimacy. That's the only difference.
These statements about the importance of his relationship with his son make the current situation particularly complicated, as the restraining order temporarily prevents DDG from seeing Halo. In another recent interview, when asked about co-parenting with Bailey, DDG indicated that they were on decent terms. The contrast between these statements and the current legal situation highlights how quickly co-parenting relationships can deteriorate, especially when other factors are involved. Unraveling DDG's past controversies. Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., aka DDG, has totally built this crazy multi-hyphenate career as a rapper, content creator, and major social media influencer. Starting off as a YouTuber who blew up and then level-upping into the music scene, DDG is basically the blueprint for creators successfully transitioning to a legit music career. But his glow-up journey hasn't been without its share of messy internet drama that shaped how the stan community views his vibe and relationships. The biggest tea involving DDG dropped with his track Famous, which he released in July 2023 while still being shipped with Halle Bailey. The song was basically him spilling his insecurities about Bailey's acting bag, especially her on-screen romance scenes in projects like The Little Mermaid. Bars like filming a movie now, you kissing dudes, you know I love you a lot. I don't give a FK of that for promo. I don't want to see this S*** no more. And why are y'all holding hands in the photo? You know I'm insecure. I want to leave you, but I'm too attached. Had the timeline absolutely dragging him. The internet immediately went off with the quote tweets and QRTs calling him an insecure little man and a straight up L. His track got labeled as giving toxic. What really sent Twitter, now X, into a frenzy was DDG admitting in his lyrics that he was using his platform to gatekeep Bailey's career, including how he tweeted to ruin her opportunities and even ran a burner account during the Little Mermaid promo cycle. DDG tried to defend himself in the comments, saying it was just a song and him being vulnerable in his art, with some ride or dies in his community praising him for being real about his feels. But the backlash didn't stop trending, with most of the TL viewing the track as a public call-out post on Bailey that exposed some red flags in their situationship. This whole saga had people making side-by-side TikToks comparing it to other celeb relationship drama involving public shaming, highlighting what many creators saw as classic controlling behavior.
People love negativity. That's just what the world is, especially in this industry. Like, people want to see negativity.
In a more recent controversy that broke the internet, DDG caught major heat in November 2024 by featuring his then 11-month-old son Halo on a Twitch live stream collab with streamer Kai Cenat without getting Halle Bailey's consent. Bailey, who was out of town securing the bag, publicly called him out on X, posting, "Hi everyone, just so you know I'm out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on a stream tonight." Later she walked it back a bit, but emphasized she was dealing with postpartum mental health struggles. This moment had the comment section going going wild with criticism of DDG for disrespecting Bailey's boundaries and not prioritizing their child's privacy. Some accused him of using Halo for clout and engagement, sparking wider debates and video essays about the ethics of family channels and celebs featuring their kids in content. Responding to getting ratioed, DDG dropped a YouTube video titled "Finally Responding to Halle," where he actually defended Bailey and told his community to stop the hate train against her. He acknowledged her mental health journey, saying, "She could be going through something mentally after having a kid that I can't understand as a man." DDG emphasized they were committed to healthy co-parenting and expressed unconditional love and respect for Bailey, noting that they would be family forever. This whole situation went down after their public breakup in October 2024, adding to the parasocial drama in their co-parenting relationship and highlighting the challenges of keeping boundaries when everything you do ends up as a drama alert headline. Another big part of DDG's internet persona has been his tendency to get into Twitter beef and clout controversies, a pattern that's made him such a polarizing figure on the platform. In February 2025, he faced industry drama over his track Pink Dreads, featuring streamer Plaque Boy Max. The song was popping off, but got DMCA'd from YouTube after the producer demanded more to their bag, highlighting some of the behind-the-scenes issues that have been part of his career arc. In a recent sit-down on The Breakfast Club, DDG spilled about his approach to content creation and relationships.
That's all. You like being a playboy?
Playboy? What you mean?
You like
playboy?
being a playboy? Like you like a bunch of different girls, or you like being in a relationship?
I'm
Be honest.
celibate.
He claimed he's been on his celibacy era for over 6 months, citing his grind mentality and not wanting girls to catch feelings as his reasons. When the host pressed him on his relationship history, DDG admitted to being primarily a relationship type of nigga. He expressed how his son is his entire world now. These statements paint the picture of someone who values his dad era and claims his son's well-being is his main character energy. However, they also reveal a complex personality that struggled with relationship insecurities and has sometimes crossed co-parenting boundaries, as we saw with the stream incident. Past tea from February 2023 involved DDG's ex, Ruby Rose, who claimed DDG gave Halle one of her old fits and leaked alleged DMs suggesting he was being unfaithful. Both Halle and DDG denied these receipts at the time, with Halle tweeting, "The devil is working LOL. Please don't feed into the lies, especially from a third party. Stay blessed, everyone," while DDG called fans gullible for believing the rumors. It's also important to recognize that DDG has shown growth arc potential. His defense of Bailey after the stream drama showed awareness of mental health issues and wanting to protect her from getting canceled. Similarly, his expressions about his son suggest that despite the controversies, he's trying to stay W dad and maintain positive co-parenting energy. DDG's online presence and past controversies show a pattern that includes both problematic behavior and moments of taking accountability. The current allegations need to be viewed in this nuanced context, recognizing that people aren't just their W's or L's, but capable of both toxic actions and positive character development. Domestic abuse allegations are notoriously difficult to prove in court, and receipts play a crucial role in determining the outcome. As more complex domestic situations get exposed, this balanced approach becomes increasingly important in achieving justice. A full hearing will give both Bailey and DDG the chance to present their side and their receipts. Their celebrity status adds several dimensions to this case. First, their public profiles mean that personal drama that would normally stay in the DMs is instead subject to endless TikTok breakdowns and stan debates. Second, both have massive followings who are parasocially invested in defending their fave. Third, there are potential career consequences for both Bailey and DDG. Finally, their child adds another layer to the situation. Custody arrangements and Halo's best interests are major considerations beyond the personal beef between Bailey and DDG. The next chapter in this saga is the scheduled hearing on June 6, 2025. If the restraining order gets extended, it could create longer-term rules for how Bailey and DDG interact, potentially including custody arrangements for their son Halo. Beyond the court drama, both Bailey and DDG will likely face ongoing public and media scrutiny. How they navigate this attention could significantly impact both their personal brands and careers. Well, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please subscribe, and before you, there's plenty more. Just click on any of the cards on your screen right now and keep watching.